It's good, you guys. Welcome back to my channel and my podcast. Thank you so much for being here. All right, you guys. So, you see the title. Today, we're going to talk about how appearances are deceptive. And I need you guys to understand that life, what you believe is happening out there, it's not actually happening out there, it's happening within you. Yes, your life is always happening within you, it's never happening out here, right? So, I really want to make it to where you guys really kind of get it, right? So I have some slides and I'm going to share those with you. But first, I want you guys to understand that we've been trained to believe that the world is something happening outside of us and it's somehow independent of who we are, right? But everything that you know of life comes through your awareness of being. So this means there's never been a outside apart from your perception, right? So if reality is like a movie projected on a screen, this means the characters, the settings, and all of the stories, they all seem separate, right? But they appear within the screen itself. So this means that your awareness is the screen and everything, people, the events, the circumstances, wanted or unwanted, show up inside of it based on where your awareness is resting, right? So why does this change everything? Because if nothing is truly out there, then nothing is outside of your influence. And circumstances don't determine you, you determine how they appear by the state of being you occupy. That's why you can see the same unfavorable circumstance. And if you have a shift in perception, then you start to see that circumstance differently, right? So, this also means that the outside world isn't generative, meaning that there is no creative potential in a linear timeline, right? Since the script has currently been written. So, what's currently showing up is a momentum of old choices associated through old identifications and old stories that have been previously accepted within consciousness, right? So if you are trying to change it, then you are pretty much trying to tug on a finished script, right? So you can shuffle appearances and you could try and you could do very well shuffling and mixing up a little things, but it cannot create a new potential, a new desired outcome. That's why, although you try to rearrange it, it somehow goes back to the same outcome. Think about it. If you've ever been in an unfavorable situation or circumstance and you've tried to change one or two things that was happening in the picture, right? But the moment you still let it all go, it somehow went back to that same unfavorable outcome, or you keep seeing the same outcome over and over again. It's because the script is already written, right? So this tells you that change should be happening within you, that you need to move inner locations in consciousness, right? So I'm going to share some of these slides with you so we can break it down a little bit more. You guys seem to really like the slides and I really enjoy making them for you. So let's get into that. Alrighty, you guys. So, why are appearances deceptive? And as I was thinking about this, there's three things that I could really think about of why appearances are deceptive. And the first thing is because they show you the past and not the present, right? What you see outside is already rendered. So it's a playback of choices that you've already made. And the second thing is they disguise the potential, right? Remember, you cannot see infinity from a dead reality of what's already created. So appearances can't reveal the infinite possibilities within I am. They only show the limited of a single chosen frame, right? So the third thing is they invite reaction. If you've been on my channel for quite some time, you know I'm always saying that your outer senses are reactive and your inner senses are creative. I stand by that forever and ever and ever because it is the truth, you guys. And if you take the outer senses or the outer reality at face value, you end up reacting to what's already dead instead of choosing from aliveness within. And so think about it. When you go within and you imagine and you see whatever it is you want to see, like I said, you could see yourself being in Paris, in Tokyo, in Bali, or with your person, not with your person, whatever the case may be. That tells you that your life is within you. That's where the creative power is. That's where infinity is. It's within you, right? So you can't see that same thing out here in form. So this tells you that there's no out there. and your life is being lived from within, you guys. This is why appearances are deceptive. So, when you believe in the outside appearances solely for why things are the way they are, then we get into the illusion of waiting. So, I was talking to a client about this, and what we do is we imagine and we shift inside, but when we open our eyes, we turn our gaze back outward and we wait for the picture to prove it. We said, okay, I imagined it, and I know that I have it, I'm conscious of possessing it. But then when you open your eyes, you're looking for it in form, but that's where the delay seems to happen because we think the event is somewhere on a timeline that has to unfold. But that's a deception of appearance. So if you keep watching it for confirmation, you're still tied to the old location. And this is why it seems slow. So when you move location in consciousness, you become conscious of already existing in the reality where it's already done. You've claimed it, you've decided within, because it only manifests inwardly, you guys. That means it's instant because you've already manifested it when you saw it within and you went within and you said, okay, this is where I live now. This is where I'm existing now. That's the only place manifestation can happen is within you. It happened within you, you guys, right? So, again, we talked about this before, outer senses versus inner senses. When you are believing in your outer senses and sensations, looking at the circumstances, reacting to appearances, what you do is you measure yourself by what the outer senses pick up. And then you're believing it as a separate source of confirmation. So, what this is for an example, you'll say, my bank account is low. So that must mean that my identity is that I must be broke. So you believe that the effects are the reason why your identity is the way that it is. And so this kind of attention agrees with the old timeline, the finished picture. And this is someone believing that they are somehow separate from their power, separate from the creative source. They're looking outward for their desires. So you're thinking, okay, circumstances are just happening. And just because this is happening, this must mean that I am this way. This must mean that about me or my identity. That is backwards, you guys. But when you go within in your inner attention and sensation, turning your awareness inward, this is what you're giving life to in imagination in your inner dialogue and your spiritual sensation. So, for example, you'll say that you'll imagine that you are wealthy, rich, you are living the life that you desire. And now it's, I feel the relief of being provided for. I sense the confidence of already having more than enough. This is where true agreement happens because the outer has no creative power. But even in this, you guys, I want you to see that because you now feel the relief of being provided for and you sense the confidence of already having more than enough, this means it doesn't so much matter about what you're imagining. It matters in the implication. So the implication is saying, because I now feel the relief of being provided for, I feel the confidence of already having more than enough. This means that I am fulfilled. I am the being that is fulfilled. So, yes, I am that fulfilled being that has all of my desires. You are now aware of being the one, the identity of the one who is abundant, right? Because you can perceive it, you can see it all within. So that means you are aligned with the inner being. That's who manifests anyway, you guys. So, if you read my book, The Idea of You, I talk about this in the book that reality as you know it, whatever you believe, all of it is an idea. So, when we say, I'm in this reality or I'm in this circumstance, these are all just ideas appearing within the one mind. So, this is signaling one of the deepest truths of consciousness. And this means that all of reality is imaginal. So, what you call here, there, now, or then are not objective facts. They are accepted ideas. They're states that you've agreed to identify with. This very moment, this body, this circumstance is not fixed. It's one of infinite mental frames being rendered through your awareness of being. So, what this means is every version of you, every possible life, every location you could appear in, all of them are ideas floating in the vast mind of the all. So you are awareness moving through ideas. And when you enter an idea, You become conscious of being in that experience. So even you, your body, your name are also an idea within the mind of the all. So this physical you, the outer being, is also an idea within the mind of the all, not separate from it, but an idea having an experience. So, you, as the chooser of ideas, this is what it means to be the operant power. Awareness itself, the I am, is not bound to any single idea. It's not the character in the play, it is the light projecting the play onto the screen. So, when you say, I am broke or I am abundant, both are ideas. And this is what we mean when we say I am is impersonal. It doesn't say that broke is somehow better than abundant. It's saying that I could be aware of both of those. It's whatever the choice is, whatever you as the operant power tend to look at or favor the most, that is the experience that you will be taking on. So when you say I live here or live there, they're all ideas. The only thing that makes one feel more real than the other is your agreement with it in consciousness. You felt it within. You believed it into reality by feeling within and resting in that idea. You entered that idea and became conscious of a life that exists through that idea. So, what this means is that you are never stuck and you're never waiting and you're never trapped by a specific place or a timeline. Because remember, places and timelines are also imaginal constructs. So, the only reality that exists is the one that you are identifying with right now in consciousness within. So, I need you guys to understand that, of course, we say it all the time there is only one self here, and that is I am. And it is within you wearing the idea of you. So, I am is within me wearing the idea called autumn. And you guys need to understand this. It's not that the outer man needs persuasion. The outer man will never believe. This is why so many people say, how would I know how to be a millionaire if I've never experienced that? It's never the outer man that's experiencing being a millionaire. It is the inner being that is living the experience out through the outer being. So the outer man cannot successfully act apart from the inner man, and it is not independent from awareness at all. So you have an invitation here always, you guys. Your only job is to express infinity from different points of perception. This means looking with and as God. So that is your job as the operant power to look within with God and as God, to be one with that power, to become aware of having all of your realities, you existing in all possibilities. So this means greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. And the He in you, the inner being, the I am, is what manifests. The world, including the outer man, will only mirror that. So this is why Neville says, to the degree that I am self-persuaded, the inner man is the only one who needs to be self-persuaded and be conscious of living in that reality where things are the way that you want them to be. That's why you go within. And it's the inner being that becomes conscious and says, yes, I'm experiencing that reality where I have love with my specific person. I am experiencing a reality where I am wealthy. I am experiencing that. It is me, I am, that is experiencing that. And I become conscious of it. And so what you become conscious of within is what is being reflected in form. So when you are looking from infinity as God, this is why your manifestation is instant. Why is it instant? The change is instant because it happened in you. It happened within you. And that's the only place it ever could happen, you guys. It's never happening in the physical. It arises out of you for a physical experience, but you've had to already have it in consciousness before it even became form. So, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So this means the world is the idea that you've accepted in the heart. The heart is the seat of consciousness, you guys. So whatever you have accepted in consciousness must be outpictured. Whatever you have accepted within, whether it's lack, whether if it's wholeness, whether if it's abundance, it must be outpictured. So judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. This means don't mistake the picture for the full truth. You can't. You can't. You have to decide from the idea of wholeness or infinity from within. And you have to see that all outward truths, all of them, even the ones where your desires are blatant, all of them are still half truths. Every perception that you take on is a half truth, but all of them make up infinity. So that's why we're not saying to get rid of certain experiences that you're going through. You just need to make the inner movement in consciousness to the reality where it is the way that you want it to be. This is why Neville says that states are the only reality. You have an infinite number of states that are already created, and you are free to enter any state you desire at any time. But the inner being, you must identify fully with the inner being and move within. And then the body will naturally move outwardly wherever the inner being is resting. And I found that I use this analogy a lot lately in sessions, but it's kind of like when you're driving in your car. We've all done this before. So let's say that you're driving in your car, right? And you're going down the road. You already know your destination. You're going to the store. It's been in your mind, okay, I know I'm going to the store. I know I'm going to go there. But you look off to the right and you see that this sign is pretty shiny sign, right? So you start reading it and you become more interested in that sign. You were driving straight to your destination before, but your awareness is now on that pretty shiny sign, right? So what do you think that the car is going to do? Because your awareness is on that sign, the car is just going to just naturally go veer off to the right towards that sign. So this is why we don't have to change anything in the physical. We're not trying to consciously move the body in the direction that we think that awareness wants it to go. You can't figure it out from that point. All you need to do is move your awareness there and the body will go there. That's just the way that it works, you guys. The body will naturally follow, will go wherever awareness is resting in consciousness, right? Whether that is with your specific person, whether that is with abundance, whether that is in Paris, in Tokyo, wherever, the body will naturally go there. So you need to move inwardly first before the physical happens. All right. So your life is within you, you guys. Your life is within you, and all appearances, including your most elaborate manifestation. When you get caught up in those as well, remember they all are deceptive because you start looking outward and you're no longer looking within. You're no longer being conscious of being the inner being and being fully aligned with the inner being, right? So I think we're getting it now, right? So let me know your comments down below on if this video assisted you. And yeah, you guys, thank you for subscribing to my Substack as well. I love that you guys love my Substack as well. Don't forget to join the membership program over on the membership channel. We have so much there as well, more breakdown videos. And yeah, you guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more content. Again, let me know your thoughts down below. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, I'd love to have you. All of that is down in the description box below. And don't forget to grab my books, The Idea of You, and all the other books in the Holographic series. They're down there below. And once again, you guys, your imagination is literally on your side. Literally on your side, and I am too. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.